couple minutes. I want to defend communism that you know nothing about. Definition.
I got this out of the dictionary.
Okay, just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I've never lived in it, no.
Okay. Definition is everybody produces as much and as good as he can, and everybody takes as much as he need. That was essence of the communism. And acting, people who would consider this communism, who would join and become communists, they were acting out of duty. There was no money on the table. They were never slaves. They were never acting as slaves. There was no slaves. They were acting out of duty on the very high. You can't even imagine what you are talking about. It was very high operation level, only out of duty. That was the main force behind activity.
You talk about Marxism.
And then no, I'm talking about my country. And then it was just betrayed by the government, and then it become whatever, a republic, democracy, social democracy, and it went all the way down. But you can imagine how high it was to begin with.
What's that listen?
Originally, it was on a high duty thing.
On very high.
Well,
all on
Marxism
duty.
is.
And then it went down to that.
Marxism is.
Yeah, I had another question because, like, I was in Reno and I went into the store, and it's a supermarket, and they had very low prices there. I was really, really shocked, you know, compared to what you find up here or any other city where I live, or near where I live. But I went in and the store said, and that's why I was actually attracted to it, it said, our workers own our store. Now, what would that be considered?
Well, it might be a co-op or something like that, or something.
No, the workers that actually work there, they get a salary, because I asked them when I went in, but they all have a share in their store. And that's something that Toyota once created in this country. It was basically a Japanese concept.
Do they have a say what happens in the store?
Yes.
Well, that's social democracy.
Okay.
They want to move it over.
But
the shades of communistic.
Yeah, Winco.
Communal
Winco.
type thing.
Yeah, a Winco thing where they all together own.
Yeah, I'm not judging these. I'm just saying what they are, so you can see
But
what
you
kind
know,
of.
somebody would think that's communism because everybody gets the same salary. They all
No.
No, maybe not everybody gets the same salary, but they all have a stake in their store. So they actually their duty is very high because they know that if they don't please the customers, they're very nice to customers. If they don't please the customers, they lose money themselves because they have a stake in it.
Yeah, I understand.
Sort of like a
Yeah, but her definition is different than the definition there. And
Yeah, it is. That is because
it's because I was born and raised Mormon.
Yeah.
And that's the basic belief that they have, that that's the way things are, that Christ is in charge, and that's the idea of the Mormon. It is.
Yeah, but it goes up to.
And it's exactly what she quoted is exactly what the Mormons say. Exactly.
Okay.
Just to let you know. Yeah.
Fine.
And so that's their basic form.
But yeah, I brought these up so you can see exactly where you're operating on your politics. See, because that's going to reflect the kind of money. Like if you're if you're totally into extreme capitalism, then you're dealing with the Wall Street boys who know who invented the game and are way ahead of you. And also to maybe align you with your own personal goals. Because I don't think anybody here really wants to be a fascist, right? Nobody wants to be a fascist. This is more better up here. And I think it's more theta, than these lower norms.
Well, Luxembourg is actually a benign monarchy, and they've got the highest standard of living.
What is it?
Who?
Luxembourg.
What's that?
It's a little tiny country in Europe.
France.
Luxembourg.
Who's that?
But, on the other hand, look at Scientology. They were a monarchy, and it got taken over. And maybe
Yeah,
that's
they're fascist.
the flip.
Well, actually, I'll tell you a little bit of history about this, because that was part of it. Actually, every org, since I got into it in the 1970s, every org was like was an org, a separate org. It had a what do you call it? Yeah, I gave LRH 10%, and it had a board of directors who put that org together with their own money, actually, and then it had what do you call it? And then it umbrella under the Church of Scientology. An umbrella in the Church of Scientology that was formed from various people in South LA area. But each one had, at some time, some of them even owned their own building. Now, when Miscavige came around, of course, it became a fascist. You know, he said, either you're with us or against us. And all the organizations, and he went up to me, and he personally, but I was told, to sign a contract. I had a mission at the time to no longer be under the mission under LRH, which wasn't under the church. Our agreements and our contract was done under Church of Scientology as a mission holder. We were under another totally different, Worldwide. We were under another organization called Worldwide, who was headed by Dan. And no, but I was approached by RTC, Religious Technical Center representative under Miscavige, and said, you have to sign in under us. And all orgs and missions became under him or they were kicked out. I decided not to be under them. I went and sold my mission. They go, you can't do that. And I said, watch it. I did. Because I didn't want to be under a fascist kind of society. And that's what you have there. You have fascists, you have a dictator who decides everything. He owns everything. The books, copyrights. If you sign under him, you're alive for a billion years. Sort of a theta trap. You gather some things, you know, traps them in there.
Yeah, would Scientology have been taken over by Miscavige if they had been, say, a democracy and you could vote for who you wanted to?
Well, see, he used members of the Sea Org as heavies to come in and take over. And he would either literally beat people up, or he would like say, all right, you have to come to Flag to get handled. And he would go to the Flag, you know, Florida. And while you were there, he'll put his people over at the mission and have them sign over the bank accounts to them, and or at your work, and take over financially, and those staff that didn't go along were kicked out. And by the time you got back to the mission, you didn't own nothing.
But how did he get the power in the first place?
He got the power by associating himself with L. Ron Hubbard, saying this is what Hubbard wants.
So he forged his signatures?
Some people say he did, yeah.
Forged his intention.
And his intention, yeah. He put it, he umbrellaed it under RTC. Now there are people who are trying to do that with the independent field. There are people on the works right now having secret meetings to do just that, to put you under their umbrella.
Well, what's that about?
I don't really know what to say. But if you come to me, I might tell you privately.
Don't worry.
Will said.
Because I've been fighting for the last 10 years, 8 years, exposing their scene. And now they have, that's why I have secret meetings, because they don't want me to know. Of course, they don't invite me, because I'll expose them. Your power is in your independence. Just that, this is what I tell the convention group. I said, all right, we're all independent together here today. But keep your power of independence, right? Because as soon as somebody tries to umbrella you and have you sign up under them and have you pay a certain amount of money, they got a certain amount of control over you, and then they're going around saying, you're a squirrel, you're okay because you're paying us good money. it becomes a church mentality, right? Where they get control of things. And this is the war that's been going on. The war between controlling us free beings and us free beings wanting to be free.
Well, how would you put together a big organization if you wanted all of us to be powerful in one group? What type of hierarchy would you use?
Well, if I could find a benign monarch. Yeah, I'll do that. But until then, it'll have to be a republic. It'll have to be some sort of republic, you know, or at the very least, some sort of democracy. Albert says you can't have a democracy unless everyone's clear. When his tapes, he actually said that, you know.
Well, we're clear.
Yeah, everybody here clear? At least first one have to be clear, or something clear. Clear what? You know, people come to me and they go, I'm clear. Clear what? What'd you go clear on? Clear on what? Well, I had a cognition. Well, what'd you clear on? There's word clearing, there's Dianetic clear, or what, I don't know. You don't know, last lifetime? Anyway, the point is that, yeah, people have to be in really good shape to have a pure democracy, because their case might interfere, right? A good example is this. We find ourselves in South Lake Tahoe, which costs more than Vegas to be here. And it's harder to get here than any place else. And I left it up to a committee to decide. What does Albert say about committees? Group think. Worst place. Look how many people here compared to last year. Democracy. You got to get into the republic. You got to get above democracy. We have to. If you want this country to win, we got to like exercise our republic, vote in guys that are for us, not corporations, not for the 1%ers, for the 99%ers, because we're the one that live it. These guys got enough money. How much money you need? Okay, any other questions?
Where would RTC fit on that duty to money scale?
Oh, they're down here.
That's what it's all about.
Personal gain. They're way down here, money.
Right.
In fact, you guys know Jesse Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him about an hour and a half on the phone once, 10 years ago. He said him and Scott used to sit around for hours just laughing, figuring out ways to make money out of this. You know those paintings they did? Remember those paintings in the 80s or 90s? You know, they sold them for $2,500 or $5,000. Those paintings. You go try to sell one today. I had several that somebody gave me. You know, they had like 5 or 6 of them because they thought it was a good investment. They got suckered into that. I called back Bridge and I said, "How much you want for these paintings?" You guys, Arthur Services. I said, "How much you want to give me for these paintings?" You know, you said you guys are buying back. Their value will go up. They weren't nothing. They were worth anything. Kind of laughed at me on the phone.
Same thing with those e-meters I saw for $10,000.
Oh, the shiny e-mirrors. I got one. I brought one. I'll show you. I'll show you tonight. It glitters. So beautiful. Somebody gave it to me. That's how much it was worth. Oh, here we go. Anyway, any other questions on this money thing? I could talk a lot about money, give you more tips about money, but I think you had enough today.